Do you want to be starting something, Raymond? Too late. You already bloody well have done. A great apostate movement. Well, it was always going to happen. It's just that with what happened to you and your disillusionment as a member of the governing body, I suppose that just gave it greater impetus so that people had a reference point and they could look back and say, well, there you go. It's not perfect, is it? It's far from it. Even a member of the governing body has said so. It was a good read, though. I must admit, when I read it, first of all, you read it in paperback, and then later on, with more modern editions, we got it on audiobook. Yeah, I've got it on one of my computers somewhere in the house. I'll be keeping that, I guess, forever. So you did start something. But the question is, if he was alive today, what would you make of the modern apostate movement? Would you be meeting up with them and discussing how you felt, or would you keep yourself very much to yourself because it was, at the end of the day, a personal thing for you to step down as a member of the governing body in the position that you had at the time? But I'm just curious to see if he was alive today, whether you would be sharing some of your innermost thoughts with some of these apostate YouTubers at the moment. It would be very interesting to see what you had to say. Of course, that's not going to happen because you're no longer with us. But a lot of people have used your example and your references for how they feel about their former religion. But yeah, you started something that started off quite small at first, didn't it? And then it's just built up and built up, like, I suppose, rolling a snowball down a hill. Small at first, but as it was rolling down, it was just gathering more and more mass until eventually, which brings me to the point where the scriptures say that apostasy comes before the end. So we have apostasy. So that means that apostasy must have a completion point. So it must do the job that it's designed to do. And that's to sift out the unwanted. It's a difficult one to put into words, this, because if you're being sifted out, then you'd have to agree that what you belong to was true wheat. And that if you're being sifted out, you're unwanted wheat. And that's hard to prove. Very hard to prove. The more and more we get closer to the tribulation, the more difficult it is to see who really is the one that finds favour with the Most High. That's why if you were alive today, Raymond, you could put this to bed once and for all. We'd really know then, wouldn't we? Whether it's worth seeking out another faith as we get towards the very end. I'd be interested to hear what you had to say if you were alive, and so would millions of other people. Because, this has just left us all in a vacuum. That's how it feels, like we're in a vacuum. As much as we got from your book, some of us are not even looking for anything else now. We've become very physical in the person. And I suppose we've become selfish. We're not really seeking to please the Heavenly Father like we did. And that's where you would have come in. You'd have had an answer for that. Okay, I'm sharing my thoughts. I'll see you all.